Do we agree with this take?
They are doing a couple of things, Brian, that if they sustain this, it's going to be the best they've ever done. Like, it's going to be a complete change in DNA for this organization, which historically people have pointed to as a perimeter team, a jump shooting team, etc. This iteration of the Mavs this year.
Do make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we'll be breaking down Stephen A. Smith reaction. I'm your host, Locke. Welcome to the Mavs Fair. I appreciate you for being here. Let's lock in. I already know how we get down. Scratch boys up, and I mean that. The Dallas Mavericks just shocked the basketball world. No Luka, no Klay Thompson, no problem. A gritty win over the New York Knicks. Well deserved. There's one thing about this team that you should know. They don't just lean on their stars. All the players rise to the occasion. But a new challenge awaits Utah Jazz. They're coming into the picture. And the question that looms is, can the Mavs continue this momentum and submit their place as a force to be reckoned with? Welcome to the Mavs Sphere. This is the Dallas Mavs Tap-In Show where heart and hope collide. Let's dive in. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the sub button, and tap that bell. Because we do intense breakdowns, breaking everything down. The reason you come here is for the edutainment, entertainment, comedy, and just giving it to you live. Hey! Doing it live. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe, tap the bell so you can be a part of going on into the sphere. The way that we look at the game, because it's a lot of things that you think about that's not being talked about on the mainstream media. But we've been talking about it here. A lot of these players that's getting run and getting some burn, we were talking about them in the summer. We're planning to do and how it can look, but we need you to like and share. But without further ado, make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we'll be breaking down Stephen A. Smith beating his Knicks. And I mean, it is what it is, Stephen A. You hate on the Cowboys, so you know we gonna get you when we can. Just so you know, man, it is what it is. Let's get it. So let's start here. Last night, the Dallas Mavericks' newest all-season addition, Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes, and Spencer Dinwiddie combined for 66 points, 25 of 41 from the field, 60.9%, 9 of 19 from three, 47.4%. Looks like they're fitting it. So now this play right here, I thought originally Grimes created his own celebration. Now, I need you to drop it in the chat. Did you think he was creating a celebration? I didn't know he got hit in the face the way he got hit in the face. I didn't even think he got hit in the face, really. I just thought it grazed over. But my boy turned into a straight gang member. He was gang affiliated for like 10 whole seconds. A new celebration. What you think? Let me know. Y'all see it? But he got hit in the face. I thought he was like celebrating, like stunned on him, like his version of the too small. He was like, well, you can't see me. You can't see me. You can't see me. But he couldn't see his damn self. I said he couldn't see himself.
I beg your pardon.
But I digress. But one thing about having these guys is the fact that now Spencer Dinwiddie, he's not too big with taking it to the paint, but he's able to create from the mid-range or at least that post area, and he's able to hit that step back three when he needs to. But he'll sneak in there if he gets the chance. But Quentin Grimes, he's a shooter, 3 and D, solidified. He'll take it to the hole if it's an open lane. But his bread and butter is going to be that 3-point. That shot, man, that's the 2K release that you need and want in life. And that's back. Now, Najee Marshall, what else can I say about this guy? This guy cuts you in any different way, any different form or fashion, whether it's in the paint, whether it's from the 3-point arc, or if it's in that soft outside the semicircle, he's going to get it in. He's definitely comfortable in that spot, and I think the boy's wrist is straight a full automatic. My boy, he don't need no oil in the chamber. My boy's wrist is mechanical. I think it's artificial. It's AI. My boy Najee Marshall with the AI floater wrist. And that's back. He got the AI floater. I said wrist, baby. Hey, yo! The Dallas Mavericks, this out. We got Najee Muse. Stephanie White. You see, the Mavs just play differently without Luka on the floor. When he's not on the floor, she got an emphasis of him not being on the floor. Calm down, girl. When he's not on the floor, that ball is moving. It's popping. Multiple players are getting involved in the Dallas action. I added Dallas. blah blah blah. I had to make it a little bit more. I didn't add the blah blah blah. It's from the post. It's this. Let's see this ball get popping. Okay, you got Spence taking it to the paint. Not the ball pop one time. What's she talking about? How many pops she want? I'm a little lost. She's gonna have to clarify on that one for us next time, bro. Hit her with a drop. The Dallas Mavericks are 4-1 when Luka doesn't play this season. Last season we were 4-8. Very special team. Yes, sir. In the last 10 days, the Dallas Mavericks have beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Denver Nuggets, and the New York Knicks. Damn, I gotta keep y'all up to date. You know, sometimes we got life and life be life. And happy Thanksgiving, belated Thanksgiving for all the people who got to spend time with family or the people who were tied up someplace and not able to get with the family. Make sure you get some love from here. Yeah, shout out. I hope you had a eventful holiday and was able to enjoy it. American Heritage Day. All right, do we agree with this take?
They are doing a couple of things, Brian, that if they sustain this, it's going to be the best they've ever done. Like, it's going to be a complete change in DNA for this sensation, which historically people have pointed to as perimeter team, a jump shooting team, etc. This iteration of the Mavs this year is shattering their 3 points per game.
And why? Because Najee Marshall is not flusher under pressure. He's not afraid to take it in the paint. If somebody's sitting in the paint, he's just going to stop right in front of you and put a floater up. Now, it's a caveat because we have a counter to that as well. Because if people start to seep up and start to come up to Najee in that soft spot, that is the one spot that's most open in normal NBA defenses today. When you got a guy that's comfortable and then working in that area, not to mention Najee Marshall has a post bag. And we haven't been able to see it yet because PJ's out there putting in work. But Najee Marshall is definitely legit, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're going 1v1 on each other. For my people in the back. That way they can enhance their game. I honestly see them starting PJ Washington and Najee Marshall, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, and Daniel Gafford. Keep Lively coming in with the second unit because when you do that, less chance of him getting into foul trouble. Now, I already knew that sooner than that. That's why you do it, simply put. That way you can keep him from having to get those early fouls when players are literally targeting for those fouls to get you out of your rhythm so later on in the game they can capitalize on those mistakes made early.
Which was last year, which got a big jolt, to your point, when PJ and Daniel Gafford came on board. And
speaking of that, and that's a lot of reasons why we weren't able to close out those clutch games because a good amount of those, PJ Washington wasn't available dealing with some type of sickness or something was going on. Luckily, it wasn't nothing structural, and we were able to get him past it. But ever since he's come back into the fold, his first game back, 17 rebounds, those guys are those glue guys. Najee Marshall, PJ Washington, Quentin Grimes, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, Spencer Dinwiddie. Man, I'm putting Gortman in there because Gortman broke the first quarter rotation. And that's hard for somebody who's only been in 2 games and that being his second game. And he was able to capitalize with a 3. So make sure you're on the lookout for Gortman because we're going to be seeing a lot more of him, especially coming in for Kyrie, just to be able to manage the offense. Spencer Dinwiddie, cool, but I kind of see Spencer Dinwiddie transitioning to the 2 guard, and then they have Gorman at the point. Now, Jaden Hardy's going to have to step up.
Big part of that, too. But this is a 55 8 points per game team, and you're seeing the highlight right now of a bunch of offensive rebounds and second chance points. Those are obviously 8 points in most of those examples, and their second chance points. And guess what? The Mavs right now, in the play-by-play era, are also having their best second chance point season ever as well.
When you got PJ Washington grabbing 17 rebounds, how can you not?
And that's back. I beg your pardon.
I said 17 of them things.
I beg your pardon.
Talking about a team that is any other season and is in competition right now to have the best second chance they've ever had in the time frame anyway that these stats have been.
Take that with you. Kyrie will retire a Dallas Mavericks. Read the brief overview. The point is they value you within the ability to have a little bit of wiggle room financially. I'm not going to lie. That's a mouth even for someone to read. Like, that's a statement that you might have to look at times and get the verbiage right to come out your speaking vernacular the way it needs to. Happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to all the people who were able to spend time with your family and people who weren't. Just want to let you know Hey, happy Thanksgiving from here. Hope you got some fellowship time in with somebody.
He might have circled on the calendar before the season started. And Jason Kidd paying his respects. Two great passers in their own respect.
Yeah. Championship. The Dallas Mavericks won the championship thanks to Kendrick Lamar. He's the culture. He's the wave. Shout out. The culture. Yeah, the wave. I'll let y'all pause it. I had to check out that new Kendrick album, man. I used one of them on my TikToks. That was doing stupid, though, man. Gotta share a Mavs spirit perspective out here in these streets. All right, we'll stop it here. Najee Marshall, the sleeper still that everybody slept on except the Dallas Mavericks. Soon as I heard his name mentioned, I started watching highlights of PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford as well. I watched Washington Wizards games. I said I watched Washington Wizards games. Just get an idea what Daniel Gafford. Don't deny my dedication, what I bring to the table for this show. I do the research. A lot of people slept on Najee Marshall, and I got the stats and videos to prove it, but we didn't. Free agent forward, Najee Marshall has agreed to a 3-year deal, $27 million with the Dallas Mavericks. Man, this is where it started on the 30th. All right, family, we got Stephen A. Man, upset about his poor little.
Stephen A., what are your thoughts on your Knicks right now?
Point you just highlighted. Luka Klay Thompson ended out, and you still ramrod the Knicks the way that you did. Knicks couldn't shoot the ball.
You saw why they were bothered. Najee Marshall was keeping them on their heels while they were on defense. They didn't have time to rest. They were so used to people not being able to switch everything. But when you have a solid rotation of defensive guys, those glue guys, it's hard to get around them because they switch everything. They're capable defenders. They're ready for anything and everything you throw at them. And they're playing on a string. This is a team thing, baby.
And that's back all in the ocean in the first half yesterday. Shot just 26.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, too, the fact that they just couldn't hit bucket, but they were bothered.
I know that Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson ended up.
My apologies for keep stopping it, but that Quentin Grimes shot, boy, that one is quick and deadly, and it is just straight up shot. That's like the 2K dream jump shot.
Numbers, but they were far from efficient. And OG Anunoby just after dropping 40 against Denver Monday.
You would have thought Spencer Dinwiddie touched that ball from Space Jam.
Shows up and stinks up the joint last night, so that wasn't good. There's levels to this, and the Dallas Mavericks different levels. Knicks got to get it together. Minnesota is the only team struggling since the trade. The Knicks are 24th in defensive efficiency, goal percentage defense at 22nd, 3-point percentage defense at 20. Minnesota is trade.
Is it me or does it sound like he's trying to devalue our win? He wasn't talking about all this stuff that these spots they in before the game. Now after the game, now he want to start pointing this out. Now it's a problem because we beat him without Luka and Klay Thompson and Daniel Gafford.
The Knicks are 24th in defensive efficiency, field goal percentage defense.
24th in defensive field goal efficiency. That's bad. 22nd. 3-point percent.
I don't know.
Look at the cat face. Cat is not having it. Bro, it's not my fault. Like that sarcastic laugh, you know the people. But that was you. That was me. Come on, bro. Like, come on. How sarcastic, bro. PJ out there, long stride. I'm not gonna lie. Now, any fan of the New York Knicks, if you're in the chat, I need to know what's going on with OG. Because seriously, I need to know what's going on with OG Anunoby because I saw him fall and he got up like he was literally 64. Something's wrong with his chin, his what's that? His calf. I mean, drop it in the comments. Fill us in. I expected more from OG, honestly. I think it's hurt. D. Marshall on a heater, family. Okay, that's enough of that. Family, who has been your key X Factor breakout player so far on this run without Luka Doncic and Klay Thompson? I mean, even Klay played a few games, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be your X Factor anyway. He just had one good game, and he left his shot in Golden State. Hopefully, he found it. That's probably why he missed those games here past. You know. I guess luggage and airplanes, they lose stuff all the time. Other than that, tap in so you be back in. Make sure you share Spear Perspective, Facebook, X,